Someone is losing control in a way that they have never lost it before. What I was picking up on was they're literally helpless when they look at you. That person looks at you and it's like they're having this full body reaction. They're having goosebumps. They're having fantasies in their mind. It's going crazy. Like, it's really wild what is happening to them, to the point that they're questioning their entire reality because of you. Oh my God. It's like a part of them is overwhelmed, but the other part of them is like, oh my God, this feels so good. They don't want to resist it any longer. Like, they don't want to fight this urge. They want to give into it because it is beautiful and because it makes them feel so incredibly fulfilled, like almost like as if they had been craving for something that they could not define. When you're longing for something, almost like when you're having a homesickness for a place that doesn't exist. They had a homesickness for a person. And it's like they were looking for you and every single person they have dated. And then they met you and it was something that they can't put into words. And the way that they crave you, the way that they long for you is just so beautiful, because they do feel that you're so, so, so special to them. They have never met anyone like you before. And so what I was channeling was that they can feel you. They feel it. This is a message from them. I want you to know that whatever you feel, they feel it too. Even if they haven't yet fully, mentioned everything that is going on within them, because the thing is, what is going on in them is so strong that sometimes they are overwhelmed processing it. So the desire is really strong. We're going to get to this in a second, because I have a bunch of cards here. I've channeled some messages, and I want to see what's really currently going on in their mind, what they're thinking about you, how they see you and everything. We're going to get to this in a second, but I have channeled a song. That I'm picking up a lot of messages for the collective through music. And the lyrics are, never knew that I could feel this much, but this yearning in the deep part of my heart for you is more than just a reaction to your touch. It's a perfect passion and I can't get enough. And this is what I'm feeling here. There is so much going on. There is so much sensuality here. There are some really, really spicy thoughts, not gonna lie. What I'm channeling here is they're awake at night thinking about you, tossing and turning, They are picturing some really spicy things with you, for sure. But there is a layer of yearning that is beyond human comprehension. There is a yearning that goes so deep and it is so visceral, it is beyond what they could ever put into words. Like, even if they'd be really, really bold and ready to put it all out there, because they're still holding back, they're still having this wall built up to protect themselves, maybe they're afraid of being rejected. Maybe they're also a little bit afraid of looking crazy or being too much, with all their feelings that are bubbling up. But there is this layer where this yearning is from past lives almost, where there is a yearning that they can't explain, and it makes them believe in some sort of a divine connection or a fated connection between you. So there's like passion, there is a desire to physically connect to you, and there's just this, I can't get enough of you, but it's not in an unhealthy way. Okay, so with all that I'm tapping into, with all that I'm tapping into here, there is like a tornado of feelings is what I'm seeing, you know, where there are all these emotions of desire, passion. They want to protect you. They want to build a life with you. That's all this every single time they are looking at you. And even if they're not looking at your photos, they're thinking about you. You know, they're looking at you in their mind, which, by the way, they're doing this a lot. Like, this person is really thinking about you 24/7. Every single day when they get up in the morning, is like they open their eyes and they're, I'm seeing them, they're waking up from dreams of you together, or like weird dreams sometimes where they're like, maybe even seeing past life memories or seeing you and they're already living together with you and stuff like this. So kind of like future memories. And they're waking up in the morning, they're opening their little eyes, you know, still a little tired. And the first thing their mind is consciously going towards is you. And then they're smiling and they're so grateful. There's, you know, earlier today, I was having like almost a wave of gratitude in my heart. And I want you to tap into this for a second, okay? I want you to tap into gratitude. What does it feel like when you're really, really, really grateful? Your heart is opening. And I'm seeing that their heart is, through your love, it's opening. You know, it's expanding and it's also glowing. I'm seeing them waking up in the morning and it's, you illuminate them. You're the light of their life. You know, this is literally you. You are that one person that their mind always comes back to. And it's in that way you give them direction, because no matter what happens, you know, they're having a bad day, they're straight thinking about you again. To ground themselves, you are the anchor. You're the anchor. And I want you to really let this sink in. This is a love that's been going on for lifetimes. You have met before, okay? You might not remember it, okay? It's not like you wake up in the morning and you've had those past life dreams maybe as well. This is just a general, I'm just tapping into it, but maybe you had this sort of recognition. You were looking into this person's eyes and suddenly there was just a feeling, just a knowing. You know, you can't prove it. You don't have any evidence for it, but you just have a familiarity. This, whoever this is, this person feels familiar. You feel drawn to them in ways you can't explain. It feels like home. It feels like coming home. And this is what that means, okay? You sharing a past life does not mean that you're suddenly having a vision. Like, I had this too, where I remembered a past life, but it doesn't have to be, okay? So, I don't know, for whoever needed to hear this right now, but let me share another song, because this is this eternal love, the eternal flame, you know? Can you hear me say your name forever? Can you see me longing for you forever? Would you let me touch your soul forever? Can you feel me longing for you forever? So that is from by Ghost, Life Eternal. That is from a song. Give it a listen. This longing in their heart, okay? Whatever you have awakened as of feelings, because there are a ton of feelings and emotions and thoughts. Like, everything is sort of like crashing over this person like waves. This is, not only is it grounding them in a way, but it is also at times, it's just so much that is coming in. So if it ever seems like they're pulling back a little bit, just know that it is because they're still processing what is going on, because the desire is very, very strong. Another thing that came through was this love is inevitable. You're inevitable. You're in everything. You, like, every road has led you to them and has led them to you. It's like you were meant to meet. You're meant to come together. Their soul is literally longing for you day and night. And yes, this love might feel overwhelming, but it also is comforting to them. That's why they're always coming back to you no matter what happens, you know? Like when they met you, this is what I heard, like when I was tapping into this energy, it felt like in a movie. Because of course, you're watching rom-coms and stuff and you're like, oh, that's never gonna happen to me. But when they met you, it was like that, you know? Because you're like suddenly, you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, can this really exist? Can I really experience this? And suddenly it's like time standing still. And like all these strings are coming together and you're meeting in the most random way. And all these feelings are there suddenly, and there's no end in sight. There is no end in sight. You're bound to each other beyond time and space is what I heard. And it might also be on the lookout for stuff like seeing 1111, 222, or significant angel numbers right now at this time, because you're being redirected. Your entire reality is recalibrating. Because you have internally, like, okay, this is gonna sound a little woo-woo, but hear me out. On the level of consciousness, on the soul level, you're already together. And I am going more into this in my thought transmission workbook as I am on that twin flame journey. Well, I've been on the twin flame journey for a couple of years now, and I kind of got thrown into this because I had no idea what was going on, okay? And well, I was kind of processing everything and finding ways to connect to my person on that soul level through telepathy. So kind of you're feeling yourself into what are they thinking? What are they feeling, you know? How can I connect? Even though I am in no contact. And on that level of consciousness, like where your souls are, quote unquote, you're always connected. So there is no separation. The only time where we often get really frustrated is when we're overly focusing on the 3D, on our physical, and giving it too much attention. And you can do so much. I'm not kidding you. You can do so much by connecting on this level. And I have collected all my tips, over 22 different thought transmission exercises, telepathy hacks, like how you can make it easier to communicate, signs that your person is thinking about you, all that good stuff, including remote seduction, which is basically seducing them with your mind. It's really juicy. I have collected that all. It's in my workbook that is linked down below. It's currently on sale, so give it a look. Okay, but let me see what they're currently thinking and feeling and what is going on in their mind. Okay, that card just fell down. Everything you do is driving me crazy. So there is a level of spice that I'm picking up, not gonna lie. With divine connection, we often feel like, okay, you know, this is all just about love, you know, and there is no spice. But spice and love are connected, and you're learning a whole new level of tuning into your sensuality with this person. I feel like you have never experienced a relationship or a love story where you felt like you could completely share yourself, like your whole entire self, unmasked, just the way you are. And with this person, you're free to be yourself, and they love you in all your ways and everything you are. I wouldn't change a thing about you. I didn't even see that before. I wouldn't change a thing about you. Yes. This is exactly how they see you. They see you as perfect, as complete as you are. And I know that sometimes you're doubting yourself, whatever it is that you don't like about yourself. That could be your looks, you know, something about your body where you don't feel fully comfortable, or you feel that something is off about you, you know, you're too much, or you're not this and that. But they don't even see it. They don't even see it. They look at your soul. They look at your soul. And you know, the thing about a soul is it's complete. It's whole, as is. There's nothing flawed. You know, when we come to this earth, you know, when we incarnate, we're perfect. It's just that over time, we might have this impression that something is not right with us, but that person has seen you in your complete, entire perfection, has seen the divinity in you, taking you out on dates, romantic time together. I'm seeing them really carefully curating a kind of like a list of things that they would like to do with you. And it doesn't really matter what kind of date you're going on. The date itself, it's not that it's about, you know, going to a fancy restaurant or stuff like that. It's really about you spending quality time together, and they would like to get to know you in different kinds of circumstances. You know, when you're going on a date, you could go on a hike, you know, and then you could get lost, and then they see how you're dealing with this, you know, how maybe you're making jokes, and you're like, okay, that's cool, we can just take a break, you know, and rest here and eat and drink and stuff. Or they're taking you out on a date that's a little more adventurous, and they get to see a whole new side of you, or a creative date where you can create something together. They would like to get to know you through doing things with you, basically, is what I'm picking up on. And this is a major thing. This is a major thing. Because this is what I'm truly feeling. This is the reason that they're thinking about you day and night, is because you are the comfort. You are the home. You're everything. Like, of course, they're thinking about you in the good times, you know, when they're happy, but their thoughts are coming back to you whenever they are sad, whenever they feel lost, and they don't know what to do, and they don't know how to feel. It's you. You're the answer. Oh my God. This is so beautiful. Your love gets me through the day. They feel like with you by their side, they can move mountains. They can do anything. They can do it all. And for such a long time, life has felt incredibly hard for them. Incredibly hard. Everyone was just getting along, you know, like everyone was managing their life, but they felt lost and as if they're just not strong enough. You know what I mean? Not strong enough to get through it all. But your love gets them through the day, and you make them feel invincible. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful energy. Spirit, is there anything else that wants to come out? Okay. You can't make it up. This is so sweet. Honestly, I think we're meant to be. I think that's all I have to say for this reading. Oh my God. Almost makes me tear up. That person thinks you're meant to be. They might not say it in this wording, you know. They might not be on your, you know, on your front porch saying, listen, I think that destiny brought us together, and let's just, you know, let's do this. Let's get into this relationship. Because I feel you're not currently in a committed relationship with them in the physical, which is totally fine. But their soul, it's like their soul is basically telling you, listen, this is meant to be, or their higher self, and they're 3D self is kind of catching up to this. And this is why you're inevitable, because, you know, our souls are longing for completion. And this is why sometimes you can't stop thinking about a person. You see their name everywhere. Everything reminds you of them. And you're like, what the heck? What is this? Like, why is this happening? It's because your future is already, like, your future self is communicating with you telepathically, telling you, listen, look at this, pay attention here. It's not just random. You better trust your intuition with this connection, because there is something really major waiting for you. It's like a gift is waiting for you. I'm seeing like a huge gift, metaphorically speaking, of course, is waiting for you if you can just persist in this, if you can trust your heart, if you can, I know it's hard sometimes, but if you can trust in a way that you let go of your everyday thoughts and you just listen to your intuition and allow yourself to be guided entirely by your soul, because your soul knows what to do, quote unquote, you know? It's not like your soul has thoughts, but you know what I'm saying? Your soul is leading you to where you need to be with that person. And they see them at the same time. Like, imagine this is like your person, this is you. You're being led to each other. If you dare to just listen to your intuition and just throw away all these doubts. They don't matter. They don't matter. The circumstances, the doubts, the worries, the fear, the anxiety, it doesn't matter. Because love truly transcends time and space. There's no fear. If you fully lean into love, there is no fear. And it's stronger. It is stronger than anything. I'm just rambling. Sorry, I got into a whole rant here. This video is like 23 minutes. Oh my God. Okay. Let me get into the channel songs before this is like a whole thing here with like 30-minute videos, which I don't want. So the channel songs for today are Ghost, Life Eternal. Great song. Check it out. If I Said You Had a Beautiful Body by Mauli. There's another version, but that is the version that I first stumbled upon, and it is a beautiful song. Gives more summer vibes, but it just, the message, okay? It's about the message, and this is basically what they want to express towards you. And a country song, Ain't Nothing 'Bout You by Brooks and Dunn. This is basically that kind of energy of, I don't want to change a thing about you, which is super funny because I put that song on there literally earlier, you know, and then that card is coming up, I wouldn't change a thing about you. It's wild. Like, it's really magical. This whole entire connection is so magical, and I can't wait for your love story, because I feel it. I get butterflies right now as I'm saying this. I get really nervous. I'm almost shaking. There's something major as of movement happening for you. I can feel it. Let me know in the comments down below how this resonated, first of all, and then please also drop your favorite songs that remind you of your special someone, because I'm always curious to find new songs, and subscribe if you don't want to miss out on more. And I'll see you around in the next video.